Hello guys, welcome back, and I'm back with a brand new video. Now I am ready to talk about this one because this one is actually going to be one of my more interesting ones. So I'm going to be telling you guys, I'm trying to make sure my door locked. I'm not trying to have anybody come in when I'm saying this. I'm about to tell you about how I was a side piece to a certain female, and it didn't really go so well. So anyway, I feel like y'all are here and y'all are ready to figure out how I'm a side piece, but you haven't hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna need you to do that. I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button, and you might as well also hit that like button, share, comment, do whatever you got to do, and most importantly, hit that notification bell so you never miss a minute when I upload. An hour a day, week. You do not want to miss a time when I upload. Trust me, especially in 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing a vlog about my vacation of Mardi Gras, which I will tell you guys all about in the occurring week. So anyway, with all that being said and done, I just say we go ahead and get into how I was a side piece. Now this video, this area started kind of recently, but it wasn't too recent. And also I'm starting to realize that I shouldn't really post fresh story times because I need some time to let it marinate for me to gather and recollect all my process, because I was actually going to post this as my first YouTube video, but surprisingly that became the reasons why I haven't been in a relationship, which didn't go so well. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So I just decided that not a lot of personal life situations should be broadcasted all over social media where anybody can see and anybody can make fun of. And that was kind of one of the reasons why I took down the I Fought a Gay Boy video, because that was way too recent. That was I think maybe a couple days before I posted the video. Way too recent. This story started around maybe early December. So anyway, let me go ahead and dive on to what I'm doing here. So I'm just chilling, on Instagram, and then there's this girl who just pops up and she goes to my school, and I'm like, okay, well, mind you, she is fine. She is fine. I'm telling you, she is so fine. She beautiful. And the only down part was that she was 5'7", and I don't know if you know, but I'm 6'4". I'm 6 foot. I'm basically basically over the half, a quarter of your ceiling height, the floor to the ceiling height. I'm a quarter of that. So anyway, dealing with the shortness, I don't know how it would be because it would be basically me hugging a toddler. So it's just I don't know. But anyway, I looked past and I was looking at how fine she is. And then, I kind of, followed her. She followed me back instantly. I'm like, okay, cool. Nothing too serious there. Then the next day, I decided to go to Smoothie King. And I'm going to Smoothie King and I'm just, placing my order. And then it turns out me and that same girl that I saw on Instagram had an order. So she looks at me and she's like, hey. And I'm like, what's up? And then she said, nothing. I think I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, okay. And then she started complimenting me. She said, you're so tall. And I'm like, thank you. She said, yeah, it kind of matches with your body structure. Matches with who? My body structure? So yeah, but low-key, the thing is, I'm in a white beater right now. I'm not trying to flex off to you guys, but I don't have the best body. Mind you, this is the same white beater I was in. I just had a jacket over it and just, some sweats and then some socks and slides on, with my AirPods in. So, I wasn't really out there, but I was kind of out there. And I guess because this white beater is actually really tight on me, and I don't really I don't have the best body. I'm not a full-on bodybuilder. I don't have muscles and stuff. But I do go into the gym from time to time just to keep my shit nice toned, because usually skinny boys, they be having that little flap that just be flattening out all the way down near this area, their back fat and stuff. So, I come, I get that, that's kind of, hard. I don't have abs yet. I'm working on that, though. But anyway, I don't have, the best body. So the fact that she could, describe it in such a manner, it kind of turned me on, because it was just oh, so you've been looking. So anyway, I'm looking at her and I'm like, yeah, I seen you on Instagram. You kind of cute. I bet you be in the gym too. She told me that she was, but she doesn't go there a lot because she's not trying to be a buff dyke, which was very funny, but at the same time, very offensive. I advise never call anybody that word. Even if they deserve to be, I wouldn't call anybody that word. But anyway, so, we're just talking and chatting it up, and then she told me that she goes to our school because, like, well, no, like, no, duh, of course it's in her bio, of course she goes to our school. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna leak the school because I realize that they don't need to be leaked up in this mess, because if this video sort of goes out to the FBI or like just somebody who goes to the school, and they can like probably like try to find me and relate and probably hurt me in the process, I'm not trying to deal with that. So I'm gonna keep everybody masked. And speaking of keeping everybody masked, I forgot to get her a name. I said we go ahead and call this girl, let's see, let's call this girl Polina. Yeah. I know it's not the best name, but then again, I'm really trying to keep it masked because, yeah. Anyway, so me and Polina have been talking all day night. I got her number. Surprisingly, I usually don't get numbers that easily, but I guess, you know, I was that nigga. So anyway, we were texting, and then I actually ended up being in her class the whole time. We just didn't notice each other, and I'm like, wow, it's such a small world we live in. It's so funny because the people that we actually get attracted to, the second we get attracted to them, all we see is them. Tell me I'm wrong. So anyway, me and this girl, we're messing around. Then she decides to tell me that she wants to be in a relationship, and I'm like, okay, cool, I guess. So anyway, I think that was another relationship, but I really don't count it because it was kind of like a little bit. It only lasted like maybe a couple days, like maybe a week at most, So anyway, me and this girl, we've been hanging out, and then out of nowhere, there was this guy. Let's call him Ralph. So anyway, Ralph is this other guy that's basically like her boy best friend, but he isn't gay. He's just a straight like boy best friend that just, you know, walks around with him, helps her through her problems. And I'm like, well, you don't need a boy best friend because you got a whole boy friend, you know? And then she was saying, oh, well, you know, he helped me through a lot, and he's really an important person to me. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm being a little bit too jealous. I mean, so what if at the end of the day, she gonna be coming home with me and getting her necks knocked loose. So anyway, I was kind of like ignoring her for a little bit, but as like we started like progressing in our relationship, I think it was a day after, she would be texting me at these certain times, which I'm pretty sure y'all know what times I'm talking about. She would be texting me at whore hours. If you don't know what whore hours, those are hours from 12 to like 4 in the morning. And the reason why it's like so late is because that's the only time that they could like, you know, get and do what they need to do without letting nobody know. That's whore hours. That like a booty call, basically. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Booty call, whore hours. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She would start texting me around those hours and be like lovey-dovey and stuff. And it's so funny because I follow her and her boy best friend on social media. So I looked at both of their Snapchats, and I found out that he sent a snap talking about, good night, I'm putting my phone in do not disturb. So I'm kind of already noticing a strange thing here, but I'm like, oh, it's just coincidental. Ain't no way that she just texted me just out the blue, like right there, just to make sure that she's asleep so she could talk to me. So yeah, like, so I was kind of confused, but I was like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. So then it happened again. So she didn't text me for the whole day, but then I think it was at 4, she decided to text me, what's up? And then I'm like, yeah, hi, where have you been all day? And she said, oh, nothing. I was just chilling at home. And I was like, were you talking to somebody on the phone? She said, no. Then, out of nowhere, see on his snap again, finna clock into work, 4 p.m. This is where I'm starting to get a little bit more suspicious because it was just like, yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff is happening right now, and I'm trying my best to keep my cool because I'm not going to jump to conclusions just yet, if you know what I mean. So I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. So I decide to take a nap and sleep on it. Then I come back, and like he's posting how he's off work and stuff, and I'm like, okay. So, and then like when I thought that she was off work, I was going to try to test it, but she didn't text me once. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. But here's when it starts to get like really really confirmed. So anyway, I think it's like maybe, 12 a.m., 1 a.m., typical hour text like, what's up, what's good with you? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, what'd you do all day? She said, oh, nothing. I'm like, so you didn't leave the house or hang out with any of your friends? And then she said no. And I'm like, okay. So I decided to check a story again because it's posted. Now, mind you, it's 12 o'clock, and this snap was about 2 hours ago, so minus that, 10 p.m. So it's 12 a.m. and 10 p. Like, so it's basically 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. 12 a.m. You know what I mean, right? So I checked the snap, and after she said that she didn't hang out with nobody all day, it was like they were just hanging out together. They were saying, hey, here's my best friend, or like not even like my best friend. It was just, she didn't even say nothing. She was just hugging on him and, like just being all close and intimate with him. So I'm like kind of like blown over again because it's just like you lied to me. And I know what y'all are saying. Well, what if it was from memories, or like maybe what if it was, y'all, when I tell you I saw 2 hours ago from camera roll on, well, like the thing, yeah, never mind, because it wasn't even on camera roll. It was on Snap, because all it said was 2 hours ago. I would understand if it was 2 hours ago on camera roll, because that's how like you can save it. Maybe you brought it back up later, but no, like it was 2 hours ago, and she just told me that she was home all day. Also, another fact, even if it was old, why are you hugging and being intimate with your boy best friend? So at this point, I'm kind of like jumping to conclusions. I'm just hurt. I'm kind of mad at her. So I text like, I'm finna go to sleep. Meanwhile, next morning, I decided to blow up his phone, and I'm like, yo, what's up? And then me and him, we were like cool friends too. That was the like crazy part. Um, let's call him Waldo. So me and Waldo are like very like good. We're good friends. We're basically brothers. So we were, well, actually, I wouldn't say brothers. We were, y'all know what I mean. Y'all, like, we're cool with each other, basically. So I texted him, and, like, we're cool with each other. I said, I got a quick question for you, bro. And he said, what's up? And I'm like, are you dating, Polina? Polina, that's her name. I forgot the fake name I made for her. And I said, are you dating Polina? And he said, who told you? Nobody, but you just did. Who told you? So I'm like, at this point, I'm kind of like, wow. Well, actually, no, it's not even who told you. He said that she told. He said she told you, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm kind of confused right now, and I'm like, oh, well, last time I checked, I thought she was dating me because she told me she was dating me, and then he said, nah, I didn't hear anything about like dating you and stuff. I didn't hear anything about that. So I'm just kind of like, wow, that's crazy. And then he says that he's sorry, he didn't mean it, and I'm like, nigga, shut up. It wasn't your fault. That's one thing I hate. That's how you know that you're guilty. The fact that you're apologizing for something you didn't take part of just made me think that you actually did do something wrong. So I was kind of confused, and I was just kind of hurt, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And it just said, well, Loki, I'm hurt too because she's been playing with the both of us. And I'm like, you ain't wrong. Yeah, I like sharing. I don't like sharing the pain, but at the same time, it's nice to know that somebody and me are like close where we could feel comfortable and just, not be as, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but y'all know what I mean. So anyway, we decided to devise a plan per se. So I decided to have her meet at this like, no, because he is technically dating her, and also it's during the day. It's not during whore hours like me. So I'm kind of just having this image in my head, like I'm really the side piece. And then also, that is so dirty. Like, why do y'all cheat? Like, how do y'all understand how it's disgusting it is for you to go tongue down somebody else and then you want to tongue me down? Like, no, that's gross. And then, yeah, I was just so mad about the whole situation. I just wanted to get, like, basically yell at her and scream at her, break up all her. And I'm like, usually those are female roles. So I was like, let me calm down and let me be a mature man about this. So he decided to FaceTime her, devising a plan, talking about meet me at this certain spot. And she's like, okay, baby, cool. And I'm like, baby? She does not call me baby. And I'm like, yeah, this is kind of weird. This is very weird. Because I never really seen this side of her, because she's only talked to me in, like, her, you know, side piece whore mode, if you know what I mean. So when this plan got executed, I was hiding behind an area. I just wanted to see how it would be when they were first few seconds. Walked up, hugged, and, you know, like, kissed. Actually, I actually saw her kiss him. And I'm just kind of, like, trying my best not to cry, trying my best to just have my composure. So I'm just sitting there just, like, hurt right now, because I'm just looking at all this stuff has been true all this time. So then she's over here calling him baby, you know, saying I love you and stuff. Then I jump out and I'm like, oh, okay, well, what's up, baby? And then he said, Waylon, it's not what you think. It's not? So you haven't been making me a side piece all this time, knowing damn well you had a whole ass boyfriend? And then she said, no, that's not true. And I'm like, well, what is it then? And then he said, yeah, what is it? And then he said, like, she has the nerve to say, y'all should go gay for each other because y'all stay on me. And then I was like, are you fucking serious? Don't do that. See, that's the thing. Like, girls be trying to make us feel like we're the bad guys just because you got caught in the act. It's not my fault that you don't know how to cheat well. If you know how to cheat, then maybe you wouldn't. Like, if you know how to cheat, maybe you wouldn't have gotten caught. Like, I'm just telling you that straight up. So I'm kind of, like, mad at her because I'm just like, really? So this is our fault. We're the bad guys. You're the one who's over here playing two niggas, and two niggas are leaving you. So it's just kind of like back and forth. Like, I'm over here just roasting her. I'm firing her ass up. Like, I'm fucking getting the capping on her shit. Not even gonna lie. I'm calling her a weirdo. I'm calling her, she's prissy, she's ugly, like, she has an ugly attitude and stuff. Like, you're just so disgusting. How you gonna make out with one dude and then come out and make out with me? And then she was just sitting there going back and forth. But then I was like, you know what? I'm too hurt to just be dealing with all this pain. So I'm gonna just, you know, dip. And so me and her became best friends. Well, not me and her. Me and him became best friends. But, like, that girl is dead to me, not even gonna hoe you. So we've been, like, we're kind of, it's so crazy because it happened so recent and we kind of, like, you know, forgot about it except me. Because, okay, the only reason why he, like, forgot about it because he has a whole ass girlfriend right now. So it's easy for him to move on. But me, I moved on, but it's just, I wanted to just share this experience because first off, it would make, like, a ton of views. So yeah, I just wanted to do that. But anyway, guys, that wraps up the story time. Not looking for a relationship right now. I will be posting more, you know, relationship issues maybe later. But anyway, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, also subscribe, and also comment. And also make sure, if you're coming from my socials, make sure y'all are with me because big things are coming soon. Big things are coming soon. So just stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.